Welcome to Finland International School. On behalf of the board, my name is Mahurats. I'm the principal of Finland International School Racecourse. Here next to me we've got the owner trustee, Mr. Shankoeka, and COO and founding principal, Mr. Nikke Keskinen, and just joining us right now, our advisor, Fatima Agaka. Welcome.
Hi.
Basically, I'm the trustee and the owner of Finland International School. So this is the third school we are starting, and then more schools to come in the future. And yes, we are opening doors for admissions now. And welcome to all of you.
Yeah, ma'am. Good to see you. Can you close?
Sure. So excited about what Shashank has actually spoken about. It's passion. It's bringing in a new age of learning. Very excited about it, considering that the last 20 years have been invested in this industry. It's kind of like bringing in an all-rounder, which we need right now. And I think that's the passion that we are supporting as far as Shashank's vision is concerned, bringing in all elements in.
Sir, you introduce yourself. What
Yes.
do you say about
So my name is Nikke Keskinen. I'm COO of Mr. Shashank's company, the background company for the school, and also the founding principal of Finland International School Racecourse. This is the fourth country, personally for me, outside Finland that I am working for, establishing school or heading it. And if you ask me one thing, what makes us unique, let's say globally, is that we are bringing Finnish education, Finnish pre-primary and primary education curriculum, merging with international baccalaureate, IB, middle years program, diploma program, and careers program also in the future. So we are really, really establishing something new and unique in Mumbai.
Super. Shashank,
Yeah.
yes.
So I just wanted to add what Fatima said is, so the entire passion is mine and everything, but it is not achievable without Fatima here. So, and she is required that then only the entire holistic and the overall development of the school, what we are wanting to achieve, will be achieved.
Okay. And what is the future and what is the criteria?
So
of
future is
Finland.
Yeah, so basically future of Finland education is very simple, is that this is the third school we are doing. We are looking at more and more schools, but not at the cost of quality. So like a lot of people do franchising, we are looking at management alliances, where the entire quality of the education the school is imparting is in the control, in our control, and not the franchisor. Because when it is a franchise, people start cutting corners and looking to get profits out of it. This is mainly to, we are doing this for quality education, so that the next generation or whoever is studying in our school will be happy of what they have learned and take things ahead, and obviously it will help the country as well. but not at the cost of quality.
What is the philosophy of attire?
So, philosophy, I would say, I think Anna would better explain. Yes, please.
We want to make sure that the children are the number one in our schools. So Finnish approach is renowned for the child-centered or learner-centered approach, where well-being of each individual child is at the center. We focus on personalized learning paths, so each child can get the support they require to make the most and thrive in the 21st century. Skill development and understanding of concepts are key in our education. I also want to add to what Nikke was saying that yes, the alignment of the international baccalaureate framework with the Finnish approach is very important, but equally the National Education Policy 2020 is at the like at the bottom of what we are doing here. So we are very happy to revolutionize the landscape of educational setting here. In Mumbai, setting example, we benchmark to what education is about. And actually, also globally, we want to be the ones setting example.
How does FI's teaching method differ from traditional school?
Interesting. Essentially, I think what Anna actually spoke about was about learning by doing, which is very different from our traditional approach, which is standardized curriculum. We have frameworks for it. Whether it's home economics, whether it's textiles, whether it's arts and craft, whether it's woodworks, you're getting an opportunity to actually build on your skills, which is very different from traditional schools, quite frankly. आप कौन से स्कूल से थे?
I'm from SSC.
SSC ना, तो मैं भी तो ICSE से. We didn't have those opportunities. This is actually allowing children to learn by doing, which is very different from our SUPW kind of thing.
And if I can add to that, the academic subjects are very important, but equally experiential learning. Again, we really want to emphasize each child has their inner passion. We want to bring that up with home economics. We've got woodcraft, we've got textile craft, robotics, all built in our curriculum. So it's all hands-on, but it's also a very rigorous at the same time.
So imagine your child actually picking up a subject and learning because he wants to learn that. And that's Shashank's vision, right? That if he wants to figure out how to build a tower, someone should support him. And that is actually essentially what Finnish education is.
And multidisciplinary approach to learning is then one answer to the question compared to, let's say, traditional teaching and maybe learning, and then how we want to do it. So multidisciplinary learning is blending all the subjects. So subjects kind of don't come first, but the learning go through subjects.
So like practical knowledge.
Yeah,
Practical knowledge. Oh, acha, what is the temperature today in Mumbai?
35.
35. Highest temperature?
34, 35.
35. Highest ever?
Highest 57. In what? Not in Mumbai. In Mumbai, it would be
38, 39 maximum.
No, I think recently newspaper
Yes.
में आया था the highest temperature was 39 point something in the
39.
past 10 years.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So we want the children to know why
Right.
and what can we do. I mean, we know why now. What can we do? And that's really the team working behind
So
it.
if you see this entire this building, we did not construct an entire new building, right? We took a 70-year-old building and refurbished it, right? We're taking care of the environment right from the start. If you will see, none of the interiors has false ceilings, because to get that false ceiling in, the amount of carbon footprint it will have, that is going to make a difference.
And environmental stewardship is one of our values as well.
Big
and that
one,
we want
yeah.
to make sure that it shows in what we are doing,
Yeah.
but also we're expecting the children to be setting the example elsewhere. So it's about also building concept which is acknowledging the ever-changing world. We've got global citizens growing up here with us. We want to make sure that they're culturally sensitive, but also aware of the impact of their own actions.
And when I recruit teachers, I finalize the set of discussion with the question, who is ultimately responsible for learning? Is it teacher, parent, or student? Most of the teachers are answering, it's me, teacher, I'm responsible for learning. But I don't think that's the right question. It should be the student, ultimately. So we need to teach them, make them learn the skills that they need in the future.
Years. I think thanks to Shashank, we have the Finnish way, finally, which talks about all-rounder, which talks about life skills, which talks about learning in a way that will help you, to do whatever you want to do. And you don't have to go to Columbia or a Harvard or an Oxford. But I think what the Finnish education is providing us with is an opportunity to recognize who we really are and what we really want to be.
I think maybe again I will add to what Nikke mentioned, that he's worked in many countries before, and I think I've learned about the Finnish approach when I've been abroad. So I've also worked in the UK and in Qatar, in United Arab Emirates, in addition to Finland and now India as well. And something that I really wanted children to learn is to think for themselves, not just accept something that's been told as this is what it is. So we want to make sure that we also encouraging them to be thinkers, and that aligns very beautifully with the International Baccalaureate framework.
What support services are available for students when begin at FIS?
What support services? We have appointed counsellor as well as special education needs teacher. Additionally, we ensure that we've got small groups when the children are working in, and also co-teaching, so there will be more than one teacher in the room with the students, so that we can truly support each individual with their personalized learning plans.
Also, what happens is when we plan the lesson plans, we have a differentiation. So we recognize the child's talent, we recognize a child's ability, and therefore we customize. So it's kind of very, very personalized.
And if there would be any kind of learning support need, or maybe psychosocial need also regarding your growth, we don't want to send the child to someone. So that's why individual class teacher, subject teacher, and teacher teams, their own skills also to recognize those support needs early and act and work preventively. It's very important. We don't want to send a child, go to counselor, go to psychologist. We want to work them. They come to the children. They come to the classroom.
And also the teachers get the support. So the teachers are working closely together in order to develop further. And that is one of the big things. You need to be able to support the teachers in their work as well. Not just in the beginning of each term, but weekly and daily in impact.
So, one of the other things is when we talk about all-rounders, Shashank, talk about the association that we have with NCI.
So actually the thing is that when we're talking about holistic development of the child, right? So in general in the schools which we have in India and everything, it's basically extracurricular activities, right? In this school there is nothing called extracurricular activities. It's part of the curriculum. So now all the sports that are there, it is part of your curriculum, part of your study and learning environment. For that you require a sports complex. So instead of making an entire sports complex, we have a tie with NSCI where all the children will be using NSCI facilities. They will be going from school to NSCI and learn the sports and the different activities which we have planned for them. And this is not at any extra fees or anything, it is included in the fees. So you don't have to go anywhere else. It's basically we've given everything in one location.
And sometimes parents
is
ask
so
that when are they having fun, because the school day is seen like boring, and then there are extracurricular activities after the school day. That doesn't make much sense from the students and child's perspective. So the school day is holistic, like Shashank said. It has to have the joy and the happiness and the willingness to learn from morning till the afternoon.
So there's swimming, there's
Badminton, there's
Badminton,
football,
yeah.
there is tennis and cricket obviously, which is there, and
course,
swimming and swimming is actually compulsory. So if you see there is once you see the campus as well, so we have a small tank where the toddlers learn swimming. It is a compulsory lesson for the toddlers because it is a life-saving skill, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
If there is floods in Bombay, you need to know how to swim. Some point or the other, and I think all of us faced it during the 26/11, the flood time, right? So these are all necessity life skills which the children need to learn.
And when our students will visit Finland to have a field trip in Finland, yes, there are only 5.6 million people in our country, but we have 200,000 lakes. You need to
But
be
no
able to
cricket.
swim.
No cricket.
We have Finnish baseball.
So I'm teaching Shashank cricket. He's not a fan.
So till what standard you are starting this first year?
Up to grade 7. Yeah.
From next year.
Of course, we will introduce, and we are, grade 11 and 12 will be operational from
Next year.
25.
August.
August 25.
Yeah, 25. Yeah.
So every year the 7 will become 8 and 9. But we are also opening grade 11 directly in next year August.
Also because of the program, we want to make sure that children have enough opportunity to learn.
So I have two questions. One is for the Finnish board members and one for Shashank sir.
Yes.
So the first one is personal and heartfelt.
Yes.
So as representatives of the happiest country in the world for the 7th time, how do you ensure that the Indian students coming to a Finnish school are happy as per Finnish standards? Because traditionally, as speaking as a former student, we are imbued with this mindset of competitiveness that when you go to school, you don't go for individual growth, you go to win.
An opportunity.
Win and compare yourself.
I think
So
Shashank can answer.
So I will answer that.
I'll just finish my
Yes,
question.
sorry.
So how does your curriculum and your education philosophy, transcend this mindset and make sure that that there are cases where students have gone into depression for 0.1%. So how does this school will kind of elevate this culture? And secondly, how did your association with the Finnish education system begin?
So I'll start with the happiness question. It's a difficult question. You can't mention it in a few sentences, but answer it in a few sentences. But if you look around the campus, we have a master chef classroom right there, right? But people don't realize it, but that kitchen there is also a chemistry lab as well, right?
Yeah.
So they are learning by doing. So it's not that So when you make food here, it's not going to be a competition. Your food was tastier than mine. Both of them have made the same food, right? But the process of making that food is what they're learning, not whether whose food is more tasty or not. Right? That's how we ensure it in school.
And to be honest, that's all what we're trying to do. To make sure that they don't focus on the result, they focus on the process, and that's why the Finnish pedagogy.
And connecting to Finnish education in Finland, actually in our country, the state legislation says that schools' prior task is to support parenthood and parents upbringing their own children. That's in our law book. So how do we as a school want to place ourselves in that family context? So kids need to learn that they can't split. teacher is saying something, mother is saying something else. So that's our like one goal why we want families to be close to us, and that like kind of a homeschool collaboration that has to be real, not just a fancy word.
Any closing statement if you want to add something?
I think.
And if anything you want to add in Hindi, if you have that.
Nikhil,
I have this is the best I can do. I love this.
Any words, few words in Hindi.
ठीक है.
ठीक है. We love what we do. Quite frankly, we're very passionate about what we have in terms of team and what we can bring to Mumbai. And I'm just going to say that it's thanks to Shashank.
No, so I think it's a vision which started 7-8 years back, but I think now with the board here, we have been able to reach somewhere. It's not just me alone, it's the entire team. And truly talking, as Fatima and Nikki said, the team here enjoys what they do. For them, it's not work anymore. So
Yeah.
it might be 2 a.m. at night, or it might be, early morning 5 a.m. If they are passionate about it, they don't
Yeah.
they don't find it work. So basically, to answer your question, we are happy. That's why the children will be happy.
Exactly.
Because happiness attracts happiness.
Yeah. And then we communicate at 2 o'clock in the morning as well. Deciding how y'all will receive us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.